In Halo 4, we see a new threat emerge, the Ur Didact and his army of Promethean knights. We learn from the books and terminals that he had already defeated ancient humanity, so why was he still so hard-pressed to destroy John, the Infinity, and compose the rest of humanity? To answer that question, we have to understand where he came from. The Ur Didact story starts more than 100,000 years ago in the Eumene, the collective government and culture of the Forerunner race. After 1,000 years of fighting, the warrior servants led by the Didact defeated humanity and forcefully devolved them, unaware that they were actually moving into Forerunner territory to flee the onslaught of the Flood. After the final battle of Charum Hakkor, he and a group of Prometheans discovered a stasis capsule on Charum Hakkor which contained the Primordial, the last of the precursors. After a brief exchange with the Primordial, the Didact sealed its time lock for nearly the next 10,000 years. He revealed what the Primordial had spoken to none, not even the librarian, his wife. A time later, he proposed his strategic vision of the development of shield worlds, such as Requiem or Onyx, and was eventually overruled, the council siding with the master builder, Faber, to create the Halo array. As a result of the Didact's impudence, he was sentenced to exile in a cryptum. After his release by a young manipular named Born Stellar Makes Eternal Lasting, later named the Didact, he made his way to first Charum Hakkor, then to the Sanshayum homeworld, where he and company were discovered and taken captive by the Master Builder. Tired of dealing with his opponent, the Master Builder marooned him on an inert ship in the Burn, a sector of space controlled by the Flood. It was in the Burn where the Didact began his long journey into madness. First, the Gravemind, the Primordial, spoke with him in his abandoned ship, poisoning his mind and sowing doubt in the Forerunner's decisions on how best to deal with the Flood. For reasons unbeknownst to him at the time, the Gravemind let him go on a path back to the Master Builder in Forerunner-controlled space. Later, as the Flood assaulted the last Forerunner stronghold, the Greater Ark, the Didact took his personal ship and thousands of Sentinels to compose the humans of the Omega Halo to build his army of Promethean knights. The Flood were successful in destroying the Greater Ark and forced the last handful of surviving Forerunners to the Lesser Ark, the construct we visit in Halo 3 and Halo Wars 2. The Librarian left the Ark and the Didact to visit her husband one last time on Requiem. It was here the Librarian showed her true intentions and shot her husband, locking him in a combat cryptum to meditate and reflect on his actions as of late, hoping he would reconnect with the Domain and begin to heal his poisoned mind. It was too late that the Librarian realized that the Domain was a precursor construct, composed of neural physics, and that it too would be destroyed during the firing of the Halo array. The repercussion? Her husband will be left in a cryptum, alone, for 100,000 years in silence, further descending into madness and hatred for humanity. Like and follow for more Halo lore. See you next time.